Alright guys, I'm back with another video. Just for a heads up, I tried recording this like 5 times last weekend, but I was sick and each time I had to fucking give up. But here we are. So my friend Good Grief did his anime tier list where he looked at every anime he's ever watched, and I'm doing the same. This is all the anime that I've seen. I've definitely have seen more, but there's just some I just really didn't feel like fucking putting on here. So here we are. Let me explain the tiers real quick. So we have Mother Love Me Long Time, Long Time. That is like anime that I have seen a long time ago that I don't feel comfortable ranking. And then above S we have top. These are like my top picks. Like I was gonna make this my top 10, but then I'm like, fuck it, let's expand past 10. So I did. And then God, there's only gonna be one anime up there. If you know me, if you know my channel, you probably know what it is. But yeah, so I'm trying not to make this video 3 hours like he did. I probably won't, but if I do, whatever, you'll just have to fucking watch it and deal with it. Okay, so Afro Samurai. What that nature? Afro Samurai's good. It has a cool main character. So basically, the concept of this show is that there are two headbands. There's a number one and the number two. The number one dude is like the ruler of the world, pretty much. He's the strongest guy. He's like the dude. He's like the dude to take down. But only the person with the number two headband can challenge him. So nobody else in the world can challenge him except for the number two guy. Now the number two guy, which the main character, Afro, has, anybody can fight him. Anybody can take the number two headband from him. Anybody can challenge him to a fight, whatever. So his whole thing is that like his father had the number one headband, so he was the dude. And then he was killed right in front of him. So now he has to track down the number two headband and kill him. You know, at the beginning of the series, we do see that he has a number two headband. So there's not much. I don't remember if there was like a backstory on how he got the number two headband, but he has it. And his whole entire thing is like telling his past, how he got like what happened after his father died, and in the present, like the people that he's fighting, and him becoming the number one hero. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's only like 5 episodes too, and there's a movie that I never seen, so there's that. It's good. It's good anime. Akira. So here we go. This might be one of my more controversial ones. I'm gonna put that in B tier. I think Akira is a good movie. It's just good to me, but it excels. Like it's like up here, not there. It's up here in terms of soundtrack and visuals. Like I can go back and watch this movie anytime because I fuck with the visuals and the OST so hard. So much more than a lot of other anime. There are some OSTs here that I prefer, but dude, don't sleep on the Akira. It's good. It's a decent movie. Maybe I'm smooth brain, but I couldn't really follow what was going along through most of it. Maybe it's because I watched it in sub. I don't fucking know. But it's a good movie. The characters are cool. But like the visuals and the soundtrack, like that's what carries it for me. Okay, here we go. Mother Love Me Long Time tier. First one. I don't remember. I remember watching this and liking it. I could not tell you a fucking thing that happened in this series. I do like his opening though. I can't tell you a single character's name. I can't tell you anything. But again, I remember when I was watching it. I probably put it like right here, but I don't fucking remember it. So Angel Beats can go into Mother Love Me Long Time tier. You got a HK, I'm gonna put that in C tier. It's funny, it's cute. Ask me any other character's name besides Yamada. I won't be able to answer that question, but it's about a girl who's like a freshman in high school, and her goal is to have sex with 100 guys. I don't remember if it's 100 or 1,000, one of the two. And I don't remember if she was supposed to do it before the school year ends or before high school ends, one of the two. It's funny, it's cute. She falls in love with one dude and doesn't even know how to continue getting these other 100 guys, 99 guys, whatever. It's funny, and C tier. This could go here, but I feel like I remember this better than I remember that. Okay, the beginning. There's a second season of it now. I don't fucking know. I'm not going back and watching this garbage. I watched this whole series thinking there would be a moment that clicked with me where I'm like, oh yeah, I understand what's going on. That never fucking happened, dude. This shit is so bad. Oh my god, it's so bad. Like I tried to like this. I tried to. Like it's so hard to follow. The story's all over the place. The characters are like I like the main dude, the detective. He's a cool dude. Everybody else I'm like, eh. Spoiler alert, the dude who was found to be the evil guy, I'm not gonna spoil it because there's like one person who's gonna watch this and wanna watch it. The second that I saw him, I knew that he was fucking evil. And the second I feel like anybody sees him, you should know. But like this, it's just weird. Like you have Killer B who like goes around killing people, and the detectives are trying to solve the case. And we found out that he's not actually a bad guy. In fact, he's fighting a bigger bad guy. Whatever. I don't fucking know. Okay. I don't. The fact that I finished. This is the worst anime that I've ever finished. Like we'll get to like what I think my worst anime is later. Not actually very far from now, but that's the worst one that I finished. Okay, so Baka and Test. Put that up here. I think Baka and Test is funny. It's cute. I like the characters. I remember Mizuki, Himeji, and Hideyoshi. That's all I remember. So maybe this can go down here, but I remember liking it. I remember the concept. So basically, they go to this school where students fight each other using their avatars, and the avatars have equal strength based on whatever last test they took. So like you can challenge someone to like a fight, and how your last math test or whatever subject you pick will be how much strength you have. So in this school, there's A class and there's F class and there's everything in between. A class are like that's like your Elon Musks, your Bill Gates. These are like the people. That's like these people who are gonna be big. And then like your F tier are the rejects, like me and Good Grief, for example. So at any point in time, anybody in class like F can challenge someone to class A, and they can't. Nobody can stop them. My laptop just unplugged. Is my shit gonna stop recording? It did this before. Okay, it didn't. Sorry about that, but yeah, it's cool. It's cute. I like its opening. I like how it has the KKK Grim Reaper at the end of it. It's pretty cool. A's here. And it has a trap, Hideyoshi, and like I'll never forget Hideyoshi. Berserk. All right, here we go. That's our first top. I haven't watched either of the anime. There's the one that came out in like what 97, which was the year that I was born, and then there's one 2016. Just read the fucking manga, dude. Like, I understand there are people out there who don't like reading manga because they had to read in school. And like, listen, I said the same thing for so long, but like Berserk kind of took me out of that notion. Cause Berserk is genuinely a fucking masterpiece. Berserk is like a top tier fiction in general. Like, go encompassing all of fiction, dude. And if you're gonna read, and if you don't want to read manga because whatever, at least read up to the Eclipse, dude. The Eclipse is one of the best arcs in just fiction, anime, whatever, dude. It's so fucking good. The stories, it's so dark. Guts is such a cool character. That's such cool. It literally does everything perfectly. Like this is like a jack of. It's not even a jack of all trades because the jack of all trades is a master of none. No, this is a master of so many things. Its storytelling is so good. Its visuals are so good. Its characters are so good. The world they live in is so good. The fights, and sometimes in manga fights are kind of hard to do because you know there's still images, but in Berserk the action like 9 times out of 10 is so clear you can easily tell what the fuck is going on. And the author recently died as of recording this. Rest in peace. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but rest in peace. It's genuinely like, if you're going to read one manga, now listen, this is not my favorite manga that will be up here. There's a couple other ones that are going to be in top 2. But if you're going to read one manga, make it this one. It's genuinely, like, it's everything that you would want if you like this style of, like, fiction. So, like, if you like anime like Baka and Test, or Yamada, or B Gotta HK, Yamada's First Time, probably won't like Berserk. But if you like Berserk and like dark things and groomy and shit, like shit like that, gory, Like, Berserk is what you need to read. Like, just do me a favor and do it, dude. It's so good. Alright, Black Clover. This is... It doesn't go on sale. I'm gonna put it here. I read the manga. I watched a good portion of the anime. I watched, up until the Underwater Temple. I'm not caught up with the manga either. The last thing I saw was them fighting the elves, and, like, I think they fought the captain who, like, sleeps all the time, and they go inside the dream or whatever. That was, like, the last thing that I saw. And based on that, I put it on A. I think I liked it enough to actually put it in S, honestly. But because I know nothing about what happens after, I'm going to put it down in A. I think Asta's a mad lad. I think out of all the main characters, so like your Midoriyas and your Narutos who were like born with nothing then became something, I think they did it the best with the Asta. I'm not saying he's a better character than Naruto, but I like how they did this character who was born from nothing, because like Naruto always had the Nine Tails in him. And then Midoriya got like the strongest fucking quirk from All Might. And then, but like this dude, he's like, Asta's nothing. He has no magic powers. Like nobody can lift his sword besides him because it drains their magic. Plus it's heavy as fuck and he had to train in order to wield it. It's so cool. Not to mention, I like pretty much all the Black Bulls. I like most of the characters in the show, actually. I think they did a pretty good job with this, honestly. Oh yeah, it also has Fuegoleon Vermilion. Tell me if I'm saying his name right, because I honestly don't fucking know. Who is an absolute mad lad and one of my just favorite characters in anime in general. Dude's a fucking mad lad. But yeah, I'm perfectly fine putting this in A tier. What's my favorite moment in Black Clover? I don't know. What is my favorite moment? Yeah, probably when Fuegoleon told, what was her name? Noelle, being weak is nothing to be ashamed of. Staying weak is. It kind of hit me when I first saw it, in all honesty. It's very weird. It's very odd for like a quote to hit me the way that that did. But yeah, Bleach. Listen, I'm not caught up with Bleach at all. The last thing I saw was them breaking into the Cerebrity, whatever the fuck it's called, and through some like cannon that like they shot by the girl with like one arm. Listen, that's like early on. That's like the first like 30 episodes of Bleach, and I don't watch it. I actually read it. So what's that, like 70, 80 chapters, something like that? I don't know. Put it in B tier for now because I'm not caught up. It could end up here for me. It's not gonna end up there. It could end up right here. It could end up right here. I don't fucking know. Put it in the middle. I like what I've seen so far. And I'm putting it in the middle because it could be worse, could be better. Because of right now, it could get better in the future or it could get worse in the future. So, and I don't know. So I'm just gonna put it in B. Blood Sea, I'm gonna put in, I'm not caught up. I think I am. I think I watched all of this. Blood Sea, I'll put in B tier. It's cool. It's gory. The main character's hot and cool. It's fun. It's pretty dark. I don't know, not much to say. It's just pretty decent. But its opening is like up here, by the way. So, Blood Lad. At A tier. This anime is good. This anime is like under the radar for a lot of people. And I know it was never finished. I think it was canceled. It was either canceled or whatever. I don't remember. But this anime is funny because there's like so many references to other anime and just pop culture in general in it. Like in the first episode, so the main character meets a girl. The girl ends up in Demon World, which like no human is supposed to be able to end up there, but she ended up there. And he's talking to her. He falls in love with her. And how he's like talking to her about like games that are in like the human world, which they have so many more. And so he goes, "Wow, that game has that many sequels?" And she's like, "Yes, I believe so." And he goes, "Wow, then there's nothing final about it." And he's obviously talking about like Final Fantasy right there, which, you know, has a million sequels. And then there's also a scene later in that episode where the girl dies. She has like, the only difference between her living and dying in Demon World is that she has like a white triangle on her hair. Oh yeah, and this whole entire time, this dude was attracted to that girl. Like, he wanted to fuck her, but as soon as he saw the white triangle, he's like, "Yeah, fuck you, I don't like you anymore." That's the only difference. So he's trying to. The whole entire series is him trying to bring her back to life, so he can find her attractive again. And so he just starts reading manga while she's like dead, and he's like, what? She's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm reading manga. He's like, why? Because there's usually ways people get revived in manga. And she goes, oh great, soon he'll be telling me he needs to collect 7 mystical balls that will grant a wish. We all know what that's referencing. And then later in the series, he does the Kamehameha. He even like says Kamehameha. And somebody hits him out of attack while he was like charging it. And he's like, what the fuck, dude? I was charging my attack. Why didn't you let me do it? And he's like, I'm just supposed to stand here and let you hit me? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Shit's funny, dude. I want to go back and watch this. It's a good anime, dude. Like, I recommend it. Out of all of the anime, this is one of like the lesser well-known ones that I'm gonna put higher because it's good. It's really good, actually. I quite like it. I just wish it finished, but it didn't. All right, Bobobo. All right, first S tier, dude. This shit's good. Oh, this shit's amazing, dude. Oh man, dude, it's so dumb, dude. It's so dumb, but it's because it's so dumb that it's so good. Like it makes no sense. Like when you're watching it, you're like, this shit makes absolutely zero sense. But if it made a bit of sense, it wouldn't be good. Like this shit's so stupid. How it starts off with, yes, the year is 3001.5. Who the fuck cares? Like 0.5, who says that shit? But Bobobo is like one of the best main characters in anime. He's so funny, dude. Like Jelly, Jiggler, fucking Dawn Patch, all of them. I haven't mentioned this for like any anime so far. If you're gonna watch an anime in dub, Bobobo, that is your fucking anime. This has an S tier. This has like an up here dub. But like I'm putting an S tier. I may change it later, but it's so funny, dude. Like the super fist in the nose hair, like who would think to use nose hair as your fucking weapon? The fact that later in the series he gets his power up Super Saiyan transformation by putting on a jacket, just like a normal jacket he bought at like fucking Target. Like what? It's so dumb. You have a character whose head is just fucking ice cream. His name is Soften. You have the dude who's like, who we don't know if is an onion or garlic, and Bobobo cries because he just doesn't know. Like that shit's so funny. It's so dumb. It makes zero sense. It has the best ending in all of anime. It's such a Bobobo way to end it. You need to watch it so you can see it. It's so good. Oh yeah, its opening is like up here too. By the way, I fucking love its opening. It's so good, dude. It's amazing. S tier. All right, so we have My Hero Academia. No, I'll put it here. My Hero Academia, unlike Berserk, which is you know, does everything right. It's like, you know how I said Berserk is not a jack of all trades because it's a master of everything? This is a jack of all trades, master of none. It does everything right, but it doesn't exceed well in everything that it does. Like, its villains are good, not the best. Its main cast is good, not the best. I like its visuals, actually, a lot. I really do. And I like its openings. They're good, not the best. Its OST, the good, not the best. The plot, the good, not the best. It's just average to me. It has a couple strokes of genius here and there, like with fucking Stain. When he came in and he struck fear into like everybody there, and how like the number 2 hero and Gran Torino were there, and they were just struck in nothing but pure terror of this dude. Like, that shit's a stroke of genius. Oh, let's talk about United States of Smash. That's a stroke of genius. When All Might killed the Nomu in Season 1, that's a stroke of genius. Like, Todoroki versus Deku, a stroke of genius. But everything else the series has to offer, I don't know. It's, like, those moments are, like, some of the best moments in anime for me. But you know what? I've convinced myself to put it in A tier. I think it's good enough to be an A tier. Maybe I'll move it down later, but like those moments alone hit me. Like those moments are genuinely fucking masterpieces. It's like its moments mean more to me than the entire series. So you know what? I've convinced myself to put that in A tier. Ugh. Alright, remember when I said I'd tell you about the worst anime I've ever watched? Here we go. Chaos Head. It's not good. I watched like 5 episodes of this a long time ago and decided, hey, that's enough. I'm not gonna watch this shit anymore. Um, it's a loose prequel to Steins Gate. When I watched this, I didn't even know what Steins Gate was, mind you. But it's not. The character is like, if he pictures something bad happens, oh, it's going to happen. Oh, when I was young, I couldn't afford to go on a school trip, so I wish that everybody died, and they did. I don't fucking care. This dude's like, the main character is so unlikable. Like, in something like, do I have Welcome to the NHK on here? I thought I did, but I don't. Okay. In something like Welcome to the NHK, like, the main character is, you like him because you like him for the same reasons that you hate the main character in this. The main character in this just it's like, he's a fucking bitch. Like, he's a loser, and like, he doesn't have to be, but he is. I don't know. D's here. Here we go. We got another manga. Shino Wadachi. I'm gonna put that up here. It's a good anime. It's psychological horror. So basically, this main character and his mother, like, they're inseparable because the mom does not want anything to do with she does not want to be away from her child, and it's basically about like how being overprotective and being like that can be really bad for a kid, and it makes you feel bad for him because like there's a girl that's interested in him that he's interested in, but because his mother loves him so much, she doesn't want him to like suffer like a broken heart or whatever, so she doesn't even want to try to give him a chance, and it's kind of fucked, dude. Like, this manga is actually fucked in like a psychological kind of way, not in like a Berserk like or like Uzumaki kind of way where it's like right in your fucking face, like grotesque shit. This is like pure psychological, and I fuck with psychological. There's an anime up here that's gonna be like just pure psychological, and it's good. So S tier. Children of the Whales. I'm not even gonna fucking talk about it. I don't like it. Chrome Showed Regis. When I watched it, I probably would have put it up here, but Mother Love Me Long Time, Long Time. I don't fucking remember liking it. I remember liking it, but I don't remember what happens. Code Geass. No, sorry. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Like, I probably hate it more than like everything down here. But it's like way better than all this garbage down here. I just hate Lelouch. I don't agree with what he does to achieve his goals. Like, revenge is something that I do respect when a character tries to do it, but not the way that he does it. I feel like the way he gets revenge, he gets too lost in the sauce, and I know that's the point. I know he's supposed to get lost in the sauce, but like, I don't know. The fact that like, he has it made. Like, in the beginning of the series, like, him and his sister, they have it made. Like, nobody knows who they are. Nobody, like, the only person who knows is the person who's taking care of them. And, like, they have friends. They have, like, Lelouch is at, like, the top of the class. Everybody loves him. Like, he has pretty much everything that somebody like Naruto didn't have when he first started. But he got lost in the sauce so quick. It's like, like in the first episode, like there was that like car crash or whatever, and they had police tape up, and his like friend is like driving him around. He's like, I gotta investigate. I gotta find out what's going on. Why? Like, why? There's police tape, dude. Don't go there. And he gets his Geass, and he finds Cece, and just like, I don't know. And like the whole entire thing is that he doesn't care about him. He cares about Nunnally. Like, that's his whole thing, is how he wants to be her protector. He wants to give her the life that he wants her to have, because she can't see, and she's paralyzed. By the way, she can't see because she saw something bad. I don't agree with that. But anyway, like, she's happy. Like, she's always smiling. She loves Lelouch more than anything. And yet, by doing this, he just puts her in more danger. Like, there was that dude who was about to dump her in the pool of acid, and he would have had Suzaku not been there. Suzaku's not her protector. Lelouch is. That's carelessness. I don't agree with that. It's just I can't. I don't vibe with Lelouch. I'm sorry. I see so many videos getting in my recommended Lelouch, the best character, the best protagonist in anime. Lelouch, the most interesting protagonist. Code Geass, the most impressive whatever. I'm like, I don't see any of that. Like, I can understand why some people would like it, but it's not for me. Like, I don't know. Like Code Geass, it just didn't sit right with me. So I want to put it down here, but I'm not going to. Deadman Wonderland, I'm put it in B tier. It's, you know what? No, I'm gonna put this in Mother Love Me long time tier. I remember more about this anime than I do these other two anime by a lot, but maybe my opinion would change on it because like I know that the anime was canceled, and I know it's supposed to continue, but it didn't, and I know the manga actually has an ending that I haven't seen, but I remember the characters. You know, I'm just gonna move this back up here. The characters are cool. I like Crow. He's my favorite. Shiro is kind of cool. I don't remember any other character's name, not even the main character. It has a dope opening. B tier. Demon Slayer. Listen, I did not like. So I read it. I didn't watch it. I read like 15, 16 chapters, and like I don't think that's fair to really judge it. So what I saw, I really wasn't a big fan of. But I'm just gonna put it in Mother Love Me long time because I don't know. It could be up here for all I know. But for right now, I'm just gonna put it down there because I wasn't really the biggest fan of what I saw. Devil is a Part-Timer is an anime that me and my friend Crunch are watching, and we watched 2 episodes of it, and we said we're gonna watch the rest of the series sometime, and we didn't, but I'm gonna put an A tier because it's funny. Sadao Mao is cool. I like how even if you watch it in Japanese, like, you can't, like, when they start speaking the language of their, like, land, you can still, like, even in Japanese, you can tell they're not speaking a normal fucking language. Like, they're just like, I'm talking like that. It's so fucking funny, dude. The fact that the King of Hell, Lucifer himself, is at McRonald's, which is McDonald's, it's funny. I'm putting A tier. I watched like 5 episodes of this, and I do not wish to see anymore. It's boring as fuck. I don't remember any character's name besides Senku, and like, listen, if you like science, that's cool. I like science too, but like, I'd rather just watch like a show like Outrageous Acts of Science on the Science Channel, or like Time Warp, I mean, if anybody remembers that show, or like Mythbusters, some shit. I'd rather watch any science show that isn't fucking Dr. Stone. So, D tier. Okay, Dragon Ball. Now this is Dragon Ball Z. I grouped them all together, dude. I'm putting an A tier. I think Dragon Ball's good. My favorite series is honestly the first Dragon Ball series, but it's there's what needs to be said about Dragon Ball Z. Maybe it should be up here, but I'm just gonna put it in A tier for now. Maybe I'll move it up. Yeah, when I was a kid, dude, I fucking love Dragon Ball. I still do love Dragon Ball, but I don't feel the same way I did about it when I was a kid. I think I've just watched so much more stuff now that I would rather just go back and watch that than Dragon Ball Z, or just Dragon Ball in general. But, dude, a lot of people hate on GT, but I fucking love GT. I think Super had potential to be the best, but it's definitely the worst out of the 4 in my opinion. And Z has, they all have so many good moments, but Z, like, Goku going Super Saiyan, Gohan going Super Saiyan 2, Vegeta killing himself, like, what can you say? Like, Cell killing himself and Goku along with it, like, there's so many good moments in it. It starts off great, Z, and not to mention Dragon Ball is funny as fuck. Like, Dragon Ball is not a fucking kid's show. It's absolutely not a fucking kid's show. And it's just A tier. Like, maybe I'll put it higher later when I see more things in A and more things in S, but for right now, I'm gonna keep it in A. Ava. C tier. I fuck with it. This is like an Akira case where, like, I like its aesthetic, It's art style. It's OST. It's opening a lot. But do I want to go back and watch it? Not really. Not particularly. Fairy Tail. Do I put it here? Do I put it here? I'm gonna put it here. No, not there. I'm gonna put it here. Fairy Tail did a lot for me. I remember when I watched it on Netflix. I don't know if they still only have the first 48 episodes, but they had the first 48 episodes on it in just that for the longest time. I think I watched the first 48 episodes like 3 times each. No, not 3 times each, like 3 times overall. And then it was the first anime that I really like fucking pirated, because I went to like Kiss Anime or whatever to watch the rest of it. And then it was the first manga that I read actually after Tartarus ended. I started reading it. I finished it. Not to mention it was the first anime that I started watching weekly, because Tartarus was almost over. It wasn't completely over when I started watching it, but I had to watch the last few episodes of Tartarus. Probably the last like 10 weekly, and then it took forever for season 2, or the last season, and then I read the manga, and like, listen, this anime is not for everyone. There's a lot of bullshit moments, there's a lot of like power of friendship bullshit, there's a lot of like, there's a lot of bullshit. I think the problem with Fairy Tail is that people tend to compare it to anime like Naruto, or like One Piece, which, there are definitely some comparisons to be made. There are things that I think One Piece and Naruto did better than Fairy Tail. But, like, it's so much fun. Like, the characters, like, the main characters are some of the best cast of characters in anime. Yeah, the fights are kind of repetitive, because it's kind of like, group of 6 people show up. Oh, next group of 6 people show up. Oh, then group of 6 people show up. It's kind of how the fight is, but, like, I love the powers, dude. The powers are done so well. Like I love Urza's powers, how it's like armor and weaponry and shit like that. That shit you don't see in like Naruto, except if you're Tenten. But if you're Tenten, that means you don't see her powers, because she's fucking Tenten. But it's like the characters and how they interact with each other, and like how the main character of Grimoire Heart was actually the old master of Fairy Tail, and how, they referenced him later, how the one dude absorbed his body, and he's like, I have the strongest dude I've ever seen, and Natsu's like, I was the one to beat that guy, by the way. It's so good, like, I don't know, I fuck with his visuals, it's art style and everything, it's OST, like, it's just, it's a comfort anime for me. It's an anime that I can just watch at any time. Like, I feel like I can just watch it and just do nothing else for the rest of the day, because it's so heartwarming to me. Like, this is probably like, it's not the first anime I watched, but it's probably the one that I feel like the most nostalgic for. Even though I watched it like way later, because it really does take me back to my childhood for some reason, even though I watched something like fucking Naruto like way before all of this other shit on this list. But I don't know, it's one of my favorites. Like, I just love it. Fate Zero. A tier. It's good. I've watched like 7-ish episodes. I'm currently watching. It's A tier. I like Saber a lot, as you can see right here. But it's good. A tier. That's all I really have to say. I don't really feel like going into detail. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is going right up here, dude. I watched this series like about a year ago. For the second time. I watched it, when I like first started watching anime, and I forgot how fucking good it was. I forgot how much of an absolute masterpiece this anime was. Like, I remembered, like, it was like pretty much watching it for the first time again. It's so good, dude. The story is done so well. One thing that it does better than every other anime I've ever watched, pretty much, pacing. It is slow when it needs to be. It is fast when it needs to be. And it's just at the right speed every other time. Like, I think the first, like, maybe 12 episodes are a little bit fast, but because, like, the original Full Metal Alchemist, like, the first 12 episodes of Brotherhood and the first like 24 episodes of FMA are the same, and then they each go their separate directions. I definitely prefer the first, like how the original FMA did it, because you got to like know the characters more. But everything other than that, dude, Brotherhood is so good, dude. You have so many mad lads. Maze Hughes he's not anymore, but I considered him to be my favorite anime character of all time at one point, because he figured everything out. He figured the nationwide transmutation circle. He figured out the fucking homunculi or fucking philosopher stones, and then they killed him. And I love how like Ed and Al, they never knew. They did not know until the end of the series. I see Mustang and they're like, "Why the fuck did you not tell me he died?" And then I like how they have Olivier Mira Armstrong at the north section, and how like the way that they do their military, like it's under the same. It's like a different branch, but it's like the same. It's ruled by the same guy, and how their way of doing shit is so different than everybody else. Like they will kill anybody. Like it's honestly like, and they're always at war with the neighboring nations, and like how Fuhrer Bradley is actually a homunculus, and how he like doesn't have any special powers that the rest of them have. He's just really fucking strong because he was like genetically modified, quote unquote genetically modified as a kid, and how it's just Maze Hughes' death is one of the most powerful deaths in my opinion in anime. It's one of the ones that always like stuck with me. It's a horrible day for Rain. Why are they lowering Daddy? He's got to do work. Like, it's so good. It does everything right, and it's like Berserk. It does everything right that it sets out to do, and it's genuinely a masterpiece. All right, Food Wars, another one. Man, I fucking love Food Wars, dude. Like, this is probably my favorite shonen anime. It's definitely my favorite shonen anime, actually. Like, it's so good, dude. Like, it's so off the wall, fucking flashy and crazy. It's like, this anime is not for everyone. If you don't like ecchi, then you're probably not gonna like it. But like, I said this with Fairy Tail, but like, Food Wars has one of the best main casts in anime. Like, Soma is genuinely just one of the best protagonists in anime, in my opinion. He's so likable. Oh, this also has the best waifu in anime. I will have no debate. It's Nakiri Alice. That's my fucking girl. I love her. And it's so flashy. It's so over the top. Like, just try to imagine this series if like they didn't have orgasms every time they eat. Like, would the series be good? They'd just be like, it's good. You win. That's boring as fuck. Like, the fact that they put the ecchi in it, the fact they put the orgasms, the fact that they put like these random shit, like they're in a field and then all of a sudden it starts raining down strawberries or whatever. It's so good. The last season is not good. I watched like 4 episodes of it and I said I'm not with this. But the ending to when like Soma and Erina had their own like Shokugeki while they were in the middle of a Shokugeki, it's and how like her father does the effect where like if he tastes food he busts his clothes open, and now he's trying to deny it, but his clothes are being ripped and everybody else's clothes are being ripped around him, and how they have the first opening playing that, like, that's such, I fucking love that scene, dude. Oh my god, like this series is so fucking good. It's so like the first ever time that we see like Akira, Rio, and Soma doing their like 3-way Shokugeki, and how there was only supposed to be 2 winners or something, and I don't remember, and how they took 3 because they tied. Oh my god, dude, it's so good, and I love how Soma loses. He doesn't win every Shokugeki that he's in. He's one of those like he sets out to do it, but he doesn't, and I fucking love that because it shows that people can take losses. Like something in like Fairy Tail, like Natsu's always gonna win. Like Natsu may lose, but then he'll get right back up and kill them. Like Soma like loses, and I fucking love that. That makes it more relatable in my opinion. Something like Dragon Ball Z, the villain's always gonna die. Something like One Piece, Luffy's always gonna win. Soma doesn't always win. It's good. Like, it's one of my favorites. Future Diary, I'm gonna put in C tier. I watched like 16 episodes of this. I don't know, not for me. I think it's a cool concept. I really do. I don't like the characters. It's just don't hit right. Before I go over that, I'm just gonna put this right here. That's gross, Bravo. Ghost Stories is the funniest shit I've ever seen besides Pickle Rick. Pickle Rick is the funniest shit I've ever seen, but Ghost Stories is the second funniest shit I've ever seen. Look, you're doing yourself a disservice by not watching this. If this show was made today, it'd be canceled. Like, that's how good the fucking humor is. If something is humorous and it gets canceled, that just means that it's good humor. And like this has like racist humor, it has like edgy humor, it has dark humor. It has every kind of humor you can think of, and it's so good. It's so funny. Like, there's not much more to say. It's just fucking hilarious. Like, anime rarely ever makes me laugh, but this shit actually, like, I was dying. It's so good. Like, dude, it's funnier than Bobobo, in all honesty. Just because, like, it's like, they do, like, real world shit, too. They mention, like, real world people. They mention, like, real world movies, real world places, like fucking Walmart. Like, no other anime fucking does that. Like, no one else does. It's genuinely so fucking good. Like, it's funny as fuck. Alright, GTO. Hey, another S tier. GTO is good. It's about this dude Onizuka. He's like a punk, alright? He becomes a teacher so he can pick up high school chicks. He's only 22, by the way. But, and then he becomes a good teacher because he starts liking his class. He starts actually liking them as students and not as pieces of meat to fuck. And, the way he teaches is, like, so much better than, like, any other teacher that I've ever had. He will, like, take a student and focus on things that they need to learn instead of teaching a class, a whole class, like, random bullshit that they don't need. Like, he'll take the time with every single one of his students to cater to their needs specifically in order to, like, make them succeed in life. And that's fucking cool. Also, its opening is up here. But, yeah. Gurren Lagann is the Ocarina of Time of anime, and it's just good. A tier. I don't know. I think that this is like one of the most overrated anime of all time, but simultaneously A tier. It's definitely good. Like, I definitely do like it. Like, it's in A tier, but do I think it's the best? No. Do I think it has good visuals? Yes. Do I think it has a good opening? That's okay. Do I think it has a good OST? Yes, but I don't know. It didn't strike me as hard as something like Kill la Kill. Or what else is visually cool on this list? Didn't strike me as hard as something like One Punch Man or Mob Psycho 100 or Megalobox. I think Megalobox has S tier visuals, or even something like Akira or Eva. But it's good. Like, it's definitely worth a watch, but I don't think it's the greatest thing, like how people say it is. Like, I like Kamina, I really do. I like how Simone grows after the event that happened, that you already know what happened if you watched an anime, but if you haven't watched it, you probably don't know what happens. It's just good. Like, I don't know. Haikyuu, I'm gonna put that right next to it. I'm not caught up. I'm only like 17 episodes in. What I've seen, I liked. I actually did really like. And it's like, sports anime, I don't really watch. There's only one other sports anime, and that's this one, but that I've seen. Haikyuu, I vibe with. And it's volleyball. Like, I like playing volleyball, but I could never imagine an anime being based off volleyball and being this good. But th- this goes another one with like fucking Fairy Tail and like fucking Food Wars. The main cast is so good, and maybe if I see more, I'll put it here. Maybe if I see more, I'll put it here. But from what I've seen, I'll put it in A tier. Mother Love Me Long time tier. Mother Love Me long time tier. Um, Listen, I have no desire to go back to either one of these. These probably both belong right here, but I'll just put them in Mother Love Me long time tier. High School DxD, B tier. This is probably the most ecchi shit I've ever watched, besides another anime that we'll talk about later, but I liked it when I watched it. Like, when I watched it, I was actually, like, really into it. But looking back at it now, do I want to go back and watch it? Not really. But, yeah, I think it is worth a watch. Some people hate how, like, Soma doesn't fuck Rias or anybody else. But it's a harem. He's supposed to be a pussy. It's the point of a harem. And, I don't know. It's just, it's like My Hero Academia. Jack of all trades, master of none, but worse. I think Rias is a top tier waifu, as well as a lot of the waifus in this. That's the one thing this anime has. Like, up here, like, waifus are up here, but other like, their character-wise and, like, story-wise and whatever, the action, I'm not with it. B tier. High School of the Dead is just better High School DxD. It's not S tier. It's A tier. One of the first anime I watched, actually. It's funny, I watched an AMV for a song, like, way before I watched anime. It was a song called Over and Under by Egypt Central. And, like, I remember I was with, I forget what friend I was with, but I was with a friend, and he's like, I was just looking up the lyric video, and he's like, no, we gotta, like, watch something with it. So we found, like, this random-ass High School DxD AMV. And, like, as I'm watching High School DxD, I didn't remember that I watched the AMV. Until the Matrix boob scene. I saw the Matrix boob scene and I'm like, I've seen this. I have seen this anime before. And it was because of that fucking AMV. But no, it's A tier. I enjoyed it a lot. I feel like I can go back and watch it. I think the main character's cool. I like how in the first episode he sees a girl and just fucking slaps her across the face. He's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Sayako's a mad lad. It's good. It's A tier. Okay. Hunter x Hunter. Okay. I like it more than all this shit down here, so I guess I'm putting it in S tier. It's good. It's good. My only problem with this series, I have one problem with it. Two problems, actually. One of them is that Nick Q needs more screen time. He needs more than one frame. He needs more than 3 lines of dialogue. If he had more than 3 lines of dialogue, right up here, because Nick Q is probably the greatest anime character of all time. Like, that's not even a discussion. Like, you can't even deny it. Like, Nick Q is like the best anime character that any character has ever made. But yeah, so the actual problem with this anime, I do not like the Chimera Ants arc. I know it's the one that everybody fucking likes, but I feel like it took way too long to get into it. I don't really think the arc really started until like Old Man Silva and Netero came down, and they just like rained like the fucking gold from the heavens on them. I thought that was fucking sick, but everything before that, like the whole thing with Komugi is cool. I like Komugi a lot. I think Meruem is a good villain. I think that Knuckle is a cool character. Like, they introduced some cool characters. Smoke Guy's okay. The Portal Guy is kind of shit. But then you have the shit like how Palm like goes on a date with Gon and how she's supposed to be important. I'm not fucking with that. How like Netero said if you beat Knuckle and Shoot, like Gon and Killua will go to NGE with them or whatever. NGE, NGL, I don't remember what it's called. They get to go with them. They lose like 5 times, and they still go to fight with them. What else? There was something else I wanted to bring up, but I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, how like the dude learned Nen from being punched by Killua. Like I know they ate like Nen people with Nen. Like they ate the arrow dude that no one gives a shit about. Excuse me. But like the one dude like was punched by Killua and he's like, I know Nen now. I'm gonna teach it to everyone. I'm not with that. Like the one kid who we learned Nen from had had to do like years and years of training. Like Killua and like Gon had to like do some like bullshit. Like they had to work their asses off in 30 days in order to master, quote unquote, master Nen. But everything before the Chimera Ants arc is like up here for me. Like the Yorknew arc is one of the best arcs in anime. Like it's so fucking good. I didn't like Greed Island at first, but over time, you know, when we started seeing like Nick Q and everything, like it's up here. But it really, I don't think this series had a single flaw until the Chimera Ants arc, in my opinion. And oh yeah, another thing, Kite, like why even put him in if you're gonna kill him off so quickly? And like I don't agree with Gon like going berserk because of him. It's like some dude that we didn't know as viewers until then. And like he met him like one time. I get that he was the first like strong dude that they looked at him and thought equal. Cause like obviously someone like Biscuit was his teacher and you know Biscuit's above him and Killua and whatnot. And I get that. But I don't know, like how Killua is like a bitch boy and how he removes some seal or whatever that Illumi put on him, but he was never a bitch boy before that. Like in Yorknew, in like the Greed Island, he was never a bitch boy, but now all of a sudden he has some shit that Illumi did. But whatever, I'm not with it. But again, everything before Chimera Ants arc is like up here, but with Chimera Ants arc, it's down here. Mother Love Me Long Time tier. Is this a zombie? I've only seen a couple episodes, but I like it. B tier. JoJo's. I'm lumping them all together. My favorite part is part 4. I actually haven't seen part 5 yet or anything beyond it, but like what more needs to be said about JoJo's, dude? It's so good. Like it has so many memes. It has so many good characters. Dio, Kira. It has good villains such as Dio and Kira. Like it does everything right. It checks all the boxes, dude. It's funny as fuck when it needs to be. Like Joseph running away. Like at the beginning of part 2 and at the ending of part 2 is funny as fuck. Oh, they're just looking at Garz, the ultimate being, and they're all just like, "What do we do?" And Joseph's like, "I have a plan." And so the whole time Smokey's like, "Not that plan." He's like, "I have a plan, everybody." And they're like, "Oh, he has a plan." And he's like, "Run away!" He just fucking runs away from the dude. Nigananda, yo. And how they're all like, "I fucking hate you." It's so fucking funny. But yeah, top tier. It's good. Kaguya-sama Love is War B tier. It's whatever. I think it's funny. It's just okay. Kakegurui I watched recently. I watched the whole first season. I'll put that in B tier. I haven't seen the second season, but I like Midari, the girl with the eye patch, the girl with the gun who just plays Russian roulette, just to fucking play it. She's my favorite character, but I feel like this would have like been a lot better had they like I don't even know what they could do to make it better, but I did like it and everything, but it's B tier. I feel like I wish we had seen more of like, you know, there's a second season now, so maybe everything I'm saying is bullshit, but I wish that at least in season 1 we would have seen more of like each of the characters, but I don't know. Kill la Kill. My favorite anime. I've said it multiple times. So, you know how I said Fairy Tail was like my comfort anime? This is like, okay, so like compared to Kill la Kill, like when it comes to pure comfort, Fairy Tail is like down here, and like Kill la Kill is like 3 tiers higher. But when I watched this, so there was a point where like I wasn't watching much things. I just didn't feel like watching anime anymore. I didn't feel like I just had no drive to watch things. I had given up. And then I'm like, fuck it, let's watch Kill la Kill. And there are two anime in this world that I feel like genuinely changed me. There's the first anime out, well, three, I guess if you count fucking Naruto, but three anime that are on here that really did. You know what? I said there's only gonna be two. There's only gonna be one, but there's gonna be another one. There's two. There's the first anime I watched when I watched anime, and this one. It checks all the boxes. Ryuko Matoi is such a good main character. The main cast is good. It's got the flashy over the topness of Food Wars. It's got like the fucking comedy of like JoJo's. It's got like the good pacing of Full Metal Alchemist. It's got like the heartwarming moments like Fairy Tail. It does like everything up here in S tier it has, and like a lot of people may disagree with that. It has a good main character, it has a good main villain. It has a fantastic art style, a fantastic OST, great animation, great characters. For me, this is like my perfect anime. This is an anime that I've watched twice, and like it means a lot to me. Like this kind of reinvigorated my what I wanted to watch in anime. Like it really did. Like, I said I was only going to have one in God tier, but I would be disingenuous if I didn't think Kill la Kill belonged in there. Like, it's just watch it. Like, I didn't think that I was going to like it as much as I did. And here we are, liking it more than Berserk, more than JoJo's, more than Full Metal Alchemist. And here we are. It just, like, I can't even describe it. It makes me feel a way that makes me feel at home. Like, I feel at home when I'm watching this. It's just perfect. Like, this is an anime that was made for me, I feel like. It obviously wasn't, by the way. I guarantee the creators weren't like, Uncle Tony, this is for him. But, belongs up here for me. Okay, Konosuba. B tier. It's good. Maybe it's up here, but I don't know. I like Megumin and nobody else. Mother Love Me Long Time tier. Kurotsuka. Megalobox. It's my favorite sports anime. It's good. A lot of people don't like sports anime because it's sports. I'm kind of the same way, but Megalobox is actually good. It's boxing. A lot of people like watching action anime, and like boxing is an action sport. It's not like fucking volleyball. You know, people are getting punched in the face. It's so good, dude. A lot of people like Hajime no Ippo. I haven't seen it. But, like, this anime is good. It's really fucking good, actually. It has, like the visuals are up here, and its opening is, like, up here, too. But, like, Junk Dog Joe is such a lovable main character. And how he came from fucking nothing, and how he became what he became. And how he rises through the ranks and shit. It's so good. Like, if you're gonna watch a sports anime, make it Megalobox. It's so good. Mob Psycho 100. No. It's up here. I love it. I really do. I love its art style. I love its characters. Reagan is one of my favorite anime characters. Has good opening. Mob is such a likable main character. I like how the villain dude, I forget his name, how he's just like Mob. He has like the same powers, but Mob made friends. That's the difference. You have the bodybuilding club, which like a lot of times like jocks in like fiction are pictured as douchebags, but they're like the nicest people in the fucking world, and they view Mob as like one of their friends. I like how at the ending of season 1, like, Reagan absorbs Mob's power and he beats their fucking asses. It's so good. I like how Mob's brother got powers from Dimple. And how he sees the blonde-haired dude. I can't remember his name, I'm sorry. How he sees him and he's like, oh, that guy has powers. I'm gonna fucking fight him. And now Dimple's like, you will not fight him. You will lose. That guy is stronger than I am. And he's like, nah, fuck you. And he fights him and he gets fucking decked, like, real quick. Like, it's good. I fucking love it, dude. I love how Mob is this like shut-in niche neat. I don't fucking know the word. He's like this shut-in dude. He has like barely any friends. You know, Reagan is like using him for his powers and no other reasons, but like he's the biggest fucking con man, but he's like the most lovable character. And it's good. I like it more than One Punch Man, for the record. Alright, Mouse. This belongs down here, but I'm putting it in C. Like, it's funny. It's ecchi. Definitely belongs in C. There's probably nobody watching this that has ever watched this fucking anime. It was one of the first I've ever watched because it was on Crackle. I don't know. It's about some famous thief who everybody loves, except for the police, for obvious reasons, and the people he steals from. And, like, the three girls, so, like, this girl right here, she's the only character whose name I remember. Her name is May, and I only remember it because when I first watched it, I said she looks like my Valentine, but... And her name is May, which is similar. But, it's, I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. Listen, I remember so little of it that it belongs down here, but, like, I'm putting it in C. I do actually want to go back and watch this, because why the fuck not? I don't want to fucking know. Alright, Mushishi, I'm gonna put an S tier. This belongs down here, but I remember liking it so much. It's so good. Like, I like how Mushi are these creatures that are somewhere between the living realm and somewhere between spirit realm, and how only certain people can see it, and how Ginkgo goes around clearing people of all the bad Mushi. Because there are bad Mushi, but there's also good Mushi. And how he goes around and just helping these random people. It's so heartwarming. It's so brilliant. Like, this anime is niche as fuck, but it's one of the niche ones that definitely belong up here. Like, it's good. It's there's not much more to say. It just does everything right. Like, I guarantee if I watched it right now, you know, because last time I watched it was like 8 years ago. Yeah, it probably would have been 8 years ago. If I watch it right now, I'd probably put it up here. Because I remember liking it that much, but I'm going to put an S tier for now. Because, like, again, the knowledge I remember of it, get the fuck out of here. I remember it being down here, but I remember liking it so much, so I'll put an S tier. Alright, if you want to be real here, Naruto was technically my first anime I've ever watched. Man, I'm getting so close to the end. Naruto is, I'm gonna put an S tier. Like, sure, I watched Dragon Ball Z, and I watched, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon before this, but this was really the first, like, I watched Dragon Ball as a kid, but I definitely did not watch it as much as I did Naruto. And, like, I remember when me and Good Grief, we were at his house, you know, we were, like, 11, 12, whatever. We were watching Naruto Abridged, actually, and I was surprised at how much I actually fucking remembered about the series, actually. Because, like, I would watch it weekly on fucking Toonami and shit. I had a manga of it back in the day. I'm putting it in top now that I think about it. And I just, like, it's like Fairy Tail to me. It's like Fairy Tail. It's, like, makes me feel at home. It makes me feel good. Like, just thinking about like, there's so many good moments, like the Chunin exams, Rock Lee versus Gaara, you know, like, yeah, fucking Sasori versus Sakura was a good fight. Naruto versus Pain, where where the anime was at its best. Jiraiya versus Pain, Sasuke versus Itachi, like, I have so many vivid memories of Naruto, even as a kid. I had Naruto video games. I had the first Ultimate Ninja game. I had Clash of Ninja 2, Clash of Ninja Revolution, and I used to play the fuck out of all of those games. And Naruto was like, for me, it was like an eye-opener for me. Because, like, you know, even as a kid, like, I didn't know what the fuck anime was. Like, and I I always viewed Naruto as just another cartoon. I viewed it the same way I viewed like fucking Teen Titans or whatever. But Naruto to me is special. It's one of those nostalgic anime that I can go back and watch any times. I've watched the first Naruto, like part 1 twice. On top of, you know, what I watched as a kid. And then Shippuden, I've only watched Shippuden the whole way through once, but I've watched each arc like at least twice, most of them. And it's just I can go back to it anytime. I talk about it a lot. Me and Good Grief talk about it a lot. It's his favorite anime. It's not my favorite anime, but it's definitely up there for me. This is like, it's a basic anime, quote unquote basic. Everybody knows it. It's really popular, but it's good. It's really fucking good. I think out of like, no, I'll talk about that later. I was gonna talk about this anime. One Piece is okay. So out of like the big ones, so like Fairy Tail, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Dragon Ball. One Piece is definitely my favorite. I absolutely fucking love One Piece. Like I said it with Fairy Tail, and I said it with Full Metal. What the fuck do I call this Full Metal? I said it with Food Wars. The Straw Hats are the best main crew in anime. Period. Not even a discussion. I will accept no arguments or criticisms on that opinion. I will just not accept it. I'll ignore them because you're wrong. And it's so good. Like, a lot of people say, oh, it gets good after episode 1562. It gets good from the beginning. Like, I think the first few episodes, so like him meeting Zoro and then whatever, and then, you know, the next arc is kind of shit, where they meet Usopp and whatever. But then, like, Baratier and Arlong Park, I still think are really good arcs. And then you got the whole thing with Alabasta, Logtown, which was right before that. I think the only arc in One Piece that I'm really just not with is Skypiea. I don't like Skypiea, but right after Skypiea, you have Water 7 and Enies Lobby. That is where One Piece absolutely peaked. Like, it's come close to that peak so many times, but fuck it. Like, Water 7 and Enies Lobby are S tier arcs, just up here, but just based on the pure. Let me say English real quick. Like Water 7 and Enies Lobby are up here, just by themselves, and then you have the whole other series with it. You know, you have Marineford, Impel Down, all that shit too. That's also what I would consider to be top tier. And like, I love Luffy. Luffy's such a good main character. Zoro, such a good character. All of the Straw Hats, such a good character. So many good villains. You have the 3 admirals. Me and Good Grief, we did a One Piece villain tier list. That was our first tier list. You know, you have Doflamingo, you have Blackbeard. There's so many lovable characters. Bon Clay. You have Carrot. It has so much to offer that people just aren't willing to go to because it's long. But like, I like it more than Naruto. So there we go. Parasite the Maxim. I liked it a lot. Actually. Put an S tier. I like Kenichi. Is that his name? No, that's not his name. Kenichi, that's a different anime. Shinichi, that's his name. I like him a lot. I like how he's this like nerdy dude who all of a sudden gets these powers. And how I like Migi. Is that his name? Yeah. I like Migi a lot. How he actually has his own character unlike a lot of the other parasites, and how like there's so many fucked up things in this world that in this world, the parasite world, that nobody knows about besides these two. And like it's honestly fucked how much there is that just nobody fucking knows about, but they do. And it's so interesting to see how he fights and stuff. And it's good. It's S tier. I don't really have much more to say about it. One Punch Man, I'm gonna put that in S tier. It's funny. It's funny. Like, people don't get that it's a comedy. People try to take it seriously, like something like Naruto, but it's The anime is one big shit post. Like, he gets strong by doing 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, and 100 whatever, doing a 1 kilometer run every day. Or is it 10 kilometers? I don't remember. And that's just working out. And then all of a sudden, he's, like, stronger than fucking Goku. I'm not having that discussion. I'm not having that discussion. I don't necessarily think he is, but I don't necessarily think he isn't. Okay, I'm not on either side. Do not fight me in the fucking comment section. But it's funny. Genos is a mad lad. I like how every fight ends the exact same way. Moomin Rider is a god tier character. The fight with what's his name at the end of the season? Genos is so good. Like S tier. Psycho-Pass. I've seen like 7 episodes of it. It's good. I liked what I saw. I like it a lot. A tier. The reason why I'm going fast. Queensblade. Yep. Alright, so, but before I discuss that, let's discuss Psycho-Pass. I like its concept. I like how it's a future dystopian world that's supposed to be the perfect world, but it's really not. I like the justice system is honestly fucked. It's honestly fucked up, but you would think that the way they do their justice system would be like top tier, like that's how you do it, but it's not. Like, it's really not. And it's crazy, like, how much shit you can get away with if you beat the justice system, which it's not that easy to beat it. But if you do, there's nothing they can do. Like, the main villain, the things don't detect that he's, like, a threat. So they can't do anything. They can't arrest him, they can't interrogate him, they can't do shit about it. Because they can't. Like, the way their justice system works, he can get away with whatever the fuck he's doing, and it's honestly insane. I like how the main characters, so like the task force is all actually insane people, but like you wouldn't think that they're insane, but they're actually dogs. That's what they're called, is dogs. And it's good. I like it a lot. All right, so Queensblade. I talk about it a lot in my videos. If you haven't watched Queensblade, then you haven't watched a good anime. Queensblade. So let me tell you the story real quick. So, you know, like I said, I watched Naruto when I was a kid, you know, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever. Like, I mentioned it with Naruto, I didn't know what anime was. I avoided anime for the longest time. Because I didn't want to be like the weeaboos that went to my school. You know, people come in wearing Akatsuki robes, fucking tails, shit like that, bringing their sushi in a bento box to school to eat lunch. I'm not fucking with that. So one day I was with my friend Michael, and we were at his house, and we were chilling. We couldn't find something to do. And he looked at me, and he goes, "Hey, do you want to watch an anime?" And I said, me who's been avoiding anime, you know, my whole life. Me who, like, just doesn't want to watch it, and me who avoids it like it's fucking hell. I said, of course I do. So we did, and we were scrolling through Crackle. And, listen, he didn't know about this, I didn't know about it, and we ended up on Queensblade. So, the reason why I watched every anime on this list, except for, like, Naruto, because, you know, I watched it when I was a kid, the reason why I watched it is because of this anime. Queensblade is not a gateway anime. It's not. This is an anime you show people to, like, make them stop watching anime, but I have more respect for this anime than everything below it because of what it did for me. It changed the things that I like. It changed, like, you know, anime has kind of taken over my life in terms of things that I watch. Games that I play, I probably wouldn't like things like JRPGs had I not watched, like, fucking Queensblade. Like, you know, JRPGs have, like, you know, they're very Japan-based. Japanese RPG, you know, that's what they're called. Probably wouldn't like it as much. I don't even know. I really don't even know. I really don't know what I would be doing right now if I didn't watch Queensblade. It's Naruto. I said it for Naruto, I said it for Fairy Tail, and I said it for Kill la Kill. Comfort. I feel at home when watching it. I really do. Like, this is an anime I can go back to. I have watched the first episode of this series more times than there are episodes of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Food Wars, not put together, but just side by side. And that's just the first episode. Like, the amount of times I've seen every episode, and this is 24 episodes, by the way, this probably lines up to something like JoJo's, for example. Like, I used to watch this shit when I was sleeping, dude. I used to have this on in the background when I was sleeping, when I was like 15. Like, who else does that? Who goes to sleep watching fucking Queen's Blade? I did. That's what I did, and that's what I slept to. I know the ending, I know the opening. It's the anime that I know the most. It's the one that I feel the most at home with. Originally, I was only gonna have this in God tier, and I was gonna put Kill la Kill at the top, but Kill la Kill deserves to be up here. But Queen's Blade and Kill la Kill, I respect more than Queen's Blade was the start, and Kill la Kill was the ignition, which is really not that different. But compared to everything else down here, I would watch these two over everything else pretty much every time. Pretty much every time. At least for right now. Alright, so quintessential quintuplets. If you watch Good Grief's video, he put it down here because our friend Crunch, after he finished the first season, here's what happened. He joined we were in a party on PlayStation, and he said that how he wanted to die, like he couldn't talk. He was like, hey Crunch, what's up? And he's like, hey, like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah. And we're like, what's wrong? He's like, I just finished quintessential quintuplets. And I'm like, we're like, is it that bad? Yeah. So those were my expectations going into this series. How did I feel about it? Up here. Fucking loved it, dude. I really did. I liked it, dude. I read the manga after where the anime ended. I was a Yotsuba fan since episode 0. Remember that. Remember that I said that I was a Yotsuba fan since episode 0. You know if you read the manga. You know. I like all of the quintuplets except Itsuki, which is this one right here. But I like all of them. I like Futaro. I like the art style. I like the openings. I like pretty much everything about this anime. Like, it's so heartwarming. I loved it. I love the ending. It was kind of rushed, but I loved it. And it's not for everyone, you know. Do I like the romance in it as much as some other ones? No. Do I think it's as funny as like something like Ghost Stories? No, but like nothing is. But it checked all of the right boxes for me. Like, not to the extent of these two, but like I fucking loved it. Like, I don't even know what more to say. Like, I was like, my profile picture on Discord is fucking Yotsuba. Like, because she's the best girl objectively. I will have note if you have a different opinion, just don't share it, okay? But I love how there are so many things that you think are coincidences, like how they ended up going to the same school with like how the quintuplets ended up going to the same school as Futaro when one of them met him when they were young, and how you realize that like that's not a fucking coincidence that they ended up at the same school. I like how we meet their biological father in the anime, and how we realize that like their father that we know is actually their stepfather. I love how there's so many hints to who the winner is that you would never think of in your life if you were watching it for the first time. But now if you go back and watch it, you're like, I should have fucking known. But it's good. It's really good. Top tier. Alright. Do I see any other ones that are... Yeah, I see 4 more that are going to be top tier. Let's do lightning round real quick. Sekirei is Mother Love Me Long Time. Rurouni Kenshin, Mother Love Me Long Time. Squid Girl, Mother Love Me Long Time. Tokyo Ravens, D. Zombieland Saga C, it's funny, it's cute, whatever. I'm with it. It's cool. I'm trying to get this done as fast as I can. What do I not want to talk about? I don't want to talk about Attack on Titan. I'll put it in B. I liked what I saw. I just have no desire to see anymore. Skate the Infinity. I saw like 1 or 2 episodes of it. No desire to see anymore. I like its art style. I do. But it's skating. Like Tony Hawk Pro Skater or nothing. That's my vote. Watamote, it's cute, it's funny, C tier. I really don't want to be going through things fast. I really should be just like taking my time, but with these anime that I have really nothing to say about. What's an anime I can do real quick? No, I don't. Sword Art Online I'm putting in B tier. I think the first like Ironclad arc is like up here, but then everything else I'm not really with. B tier. Alright, so that was lightning round. I'll do this part lightning round. Seven Deadly Sins B tier. I liked it when I was watching it. I actually liked it a lot when I was watching it, actually. But looking back on it now, I have no desire to go back to it. So is lightning round over? Spirited Away. I'll put that lightning round A tier. I like it more than Akira. I think it's a good movie. I think everyone should watch it. It's the only Ghibli movie that I've ever seen. It's good. I do like it. It's heartwarming, has good art style, and good visuals. And it's known for its art style and visuals, art style and music, and it's good. All right, these last few animes have a lot to say. Rosario Vampire, I'm putting A tier. That's the second best girl in anime objectively. Oh, by the way, Yotsuba is objectively third best girl in anime. I didn't mention that when I was talking about quintuplets, but Mizure Shiroyuki, second best girl. I liked it a lot when I was watching it. It's good. It's heartwarming. It's ecchi. It's worse than Queen's Blade and Kill la Kill by a lot, but it's good. It's definitely really good. I recommend it. School Rumble, I'm gonna put in S tier. School Rumble's funny as fuck. Like, it is. It's not, it doesn't have the same sense of humor as something like Ghost Stories, but nothing does. But School Rumble genuinely has so many good, lovable characters. It's got the whole love triangle thing between Harima, Kurosama, and Tenma. Harima's a fucking mad lad, and I love him. Tenma's funny. It checks all the right boxes for me. It has a fun, upbeat opening that I love. It's good. It's another one of those first ones I watched. So I'll just go through like the first anime that I watched. Queen's Blade, School Rumble, Mushishi, and this one that we'll talk about. That's Holic. But yeah, I loved it a lot. I recently went back and watched some episodes, and I forgot a bunch of shit that happened, and I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot about this. It's funny as fuck. Esther. Serial Experiments Lane. This is an anime that you either see people put down here, or you either see people put or you see people put up here. There is no in between. There is no B tier for Serial Experiments Lane. There is no A tier. There is no C tier. It's either D tier or top. Where do I think it is? Right there, where it is, right there is where it belongs for me. The Serial Experiments Lane is an anime I had no expectations for, like Quintessential Quintuplets actually. There was a YouTuber who I respect, who said that this is the worst shit that he's ever seen. And I said, this is the worst thing he's ever seen. I gotta watch this. In terms of visuals and OST, it's up here. And like, this anime is genuinely a masterpiece. It's a 10 out of fucking 10 for me. And the first time you watch it, you probably wouldn't think that. But then when you go back and you watch like the earlier episodes, how there's like little hints to how the series would end that you don't even fucking think about. The first 2 episodes of this are my favorite episodes in all of anime. There is no anime that starts off better than Serial Experiments Lane, in my opinion, and it keeps that goodness throughout the entire series. And this anime is not for everybody. Some people are gonna watch it and be like, "This makes no fucking sense. I'm not with it." But like, after you watch it for the first time and you inevitably say that, watch it again, and you start picking up on shit like how like her father, Lane's father, says, "Oh, you need a computer, what a system that like keeps up with the amount of friends you make on the line on the web." Remember that line. Remember that fucking line throughout the whole series. And how Lane's like this depressed girl, and how, you know, but her parents are like rich, and she kind of has it made, and how she has an older sister. I don't know if she's older or younger. I think she's older, but how like she cares for her, but she doesn't show it, and how like in the first episode you realize that like, does her mom actually like her? Does her mom actually like have any kind of feelings to her? How the second episode, how it ends with the dude killing himself, how the series starts with a girl killing herself, and like it's it starts off so strong and it ends off so strong. Like, it's fucky. Like, this series is fucky. Like, it's all over the place, but like, I never lost interest a single time throughout this series. Like, I've lost interest in JoJo's like once. I've lost interest in Fairy Tail with the fucking Michelle arc. I had to power through that shit real quick. I lost interest in One Piece during Skypiea. I mean, I still sat through it. I lost interest in Naruto when I watched the Three Tails arc, which I know is filler, but I didn't know that when I watched it. I never lost interest in Serial Experiments Lane. I watched the whole series in one day, and before I did that, it had been so long since I fucking did it. I watched the first 2 episodes of it before I went to work one day, and that's all I thought about the entire time I was at work. All I thought about was how I wanted to go home and watch more of it. No, I have not felt that way about an anime since I watched Serial Experiments Lane, and it's an anime that has stuck with me ever since I watched it the first time. Oh. Also, its opening, my favorite opening of all time. No cap. Like, it's just, it's, you know, yeah. And you know what? Top 5. There you go. That's my top 5. I may have to change this, actually. It's just, there's going to be a 6th one in there. Later in these. Listen, I really don't want to fucking... I really don't, so I'm not going to. I really don't want to do that, actually. I think God is reserved for these two, and these two only. But, like, if I had to, like... Okay, so I'm gonna rank these in a way that makes sense to me. Put you there. Put you there, and then you... Do I like Naruto more than Fairy Tail? These two are tied. Like, this is probably how this list goes, and then this. So, I typically don't order shit, but here we are. This is Soul Eater. This is the longest anime that I have watched 3 times. And do I want to go back and watch it again? Not really. It's good. It's good anime. Maybe I'll put it in A tier because I did watch it 3 times, but it's B tier. I really wish you would think that I would have more to say about an anime that I watched 3 times, but here we are, and I don't. So, B tier. I said there was going to be 2 more in top tier. There's actually 3. I lie. I said there's going to be 1, but there's actually fucking 3. So I'm going to move this down, actually, and put that at the top of here. But Steins Gate. The only bad thing about Steins Gate is that it's slow as boring as fuck in the beginning. But, like, when it starts getting good, it's, like, right here for me. It's so fun. Steins Gate, I can't even put it into words. It's not as good as Serial Experiments Lane, in my opinion, but the characters in it are done so fucking well. It has one of the best endings in anime. Like, the main character, Okabe, I fucking hated him. I'm like, ah, this dude's a fucking bitch. I'm not with him. But then that was my biggest problem with this series, is that it's slow start and I hated Okabe. But over time, I grew to fucking absolutely love him. And, like, I love this series. Like, it's so good. Its opening, by the way, up here, probably my second or third favorite opening. It's just, it does everything right for me. It checks all the boxes. Good waifu, Makise Kurisu, fourth best girl in anime. And then how Okabe and Kurisu talk to one another, how they interact, how she fucking hated him at first, but she was always willing to work with him because she finds his work fascinating, and how they end up really liking each other, and how the Tutoru girl, whose name I can't remember, was like, why do your eyes look like you're suffering? Because he really is. Like, this dude had to watch that girl die, like, so many times in order to get to where he was. Like, he had to sit through and watch her die so many times in so many different ways, and it's honestly fucked. Like, it's such a masterpiece of an anime, and I really fucking liked it. Uzumaki by Junji Ito. So I have this manga actually sitting on a shelf, along with 3 others by Junji Ito right there. And the only reason okay, so I definitely like it more than everything down here. I'm putting it in God tier because it is my favorite manga. This is getting an anime supposedly soon as of recording this. It's been delayed like 50 fucking times at this point. But it's so good. It's like, I love the world, and like spirals as a like evil being, like the shape of a spiral, like how the fuck can that be creepy? What the fuck can you do with a spiral? It's like a fucking shape, like it's a fucking triangle. We can do a triangle. But how the spiral takes over this town, and how it like, I really don't want to spoil it because there is an anime coming soon, but how fucking grotesque it gets, how it's so fucking like, it's in the main character. This is normally the biggest problem I have with anime. The main character, Kyrie Goshima, has 0 personality whatsoever. Her and her boyfriend, they're like, her boyfriend knows that something's bad's going to happen in this town, and she knows too, but she's not willing to accept it. So he's always like, hey, we should leave this town. It's fucked up. And she's like, yeah, it's fucked up. And he's like, okay, so why don't we leave? And she's like, no, I grew up here. That's their relationship. That's their conversation they always have. And like, just seeing this world, this fucking town, and it being like the evil being spirals, it's so crazy. Some of the shit you see, some of the grotesque shit. Like, Junji Ito is the god of horror manga, and it really shows with this manga. It's so good. Like, the series is only gonna have 4 episodes, which I'm not with that. I'm really not with that, but read the manga. It's so good. Like, it's genuinely a masterpiece. My favorite manga of all time. Listen, I really don't want to have so many things in God tier, but I like this manga more than Berserk, more than Chino Adachi, more than Vagabond, which I didn't include, more than everything, because I just fucking love it. And it's short too. It's not long. It's only like 600 some pages. Like, I have the entire manga sitting there on my dresser, and it's just 1 volume, and it's really like not that thick. It's so good. Coming in on the close stretch, and I'm like fucking out of breath because I keep getting up to walk around. Holic, putting S tier. Yeah. So, Queensblade, Holic, Mushishi, and School Rumble all hold a special place in my heart. There were other anime that I watched. There was like Kurozuka, there was Aquarion, there was whatever. But Holic, to me, this was an anime that me and Michael, my friend who, we watch anime with, this is the anime that we watched. Like, we watched Queensblade, whatever. We watched School Rumble, but like, we watched Holic. And I fucking love it. I think it's genuinely a masterpiece. Like, it's crazy to think how, like, this anime where the characters' proportions are really fucking weird, how they all look like fucking Slender Man, how, like, it makes no sense. How you would think it would make no sense. How, like, you know, he ends up at this shop, but, like, you will not go to that shop unless there's a reason you go to that shop. Like, he goes to this fortune teller. She's kind of a fortune teller, witch, whatever. Her name's Yuko. So she's like a witch, and Kamihiro Watsunuki, the main character, he can see ghosts, he can see spirits. Only few people can. Only a few people can, but he's one of them. And he just wants it to be done with him because they can't interact with anybody else but him. And it's crazy. And she says, "Hey, I'll clear it. I'll clear this shit from you, but you have to work for me." So this whole time she's paying him off, and like the shit that you see, and like how like it's, I can't even explain it. It's just so good. Like just watch it. It's one of those underrated ones that no one talks about that I really fucking love. Sorry. And Yu Yu Hakusho. Up here. Yu Yu Hakusho is fucking goated. I like it more than Hunter x Hunter. Fight me. The main cast is so good. Yusuke Urameshi is a way better main character than Gon. It's not even a discussion. It's old, and I fuck with old anime visuals. Its OST is so good. Like, Serial Experiments Lain OST I love because it fits the anime. Because, like, no other OST fits an anime better. Yu Yu Hakusho's OST is good because I would listen to it outside of watching it. There's not many OSTs that I would do that for. Like the main cast, Yusuke, Kuwabara, Hiei, and Kurama, they work so well together. The Dark Tournament is the best tournament arc in all of anime and just a top tier arc in general. Like I get so many videos on my recommended that are like Dark Tournament arc, best tournament arc in anime, and I fucking fully agree because it's so good. And it's just it checks all the right boxes for me. It has good fights and good action. It has good animation and art style. It has an S tier ending. No, not S tier. Top tier ending. The main character is fucking incredible. I love Yusuke. I love pretty much every single character in this series. The villains, not the best in terms of some of the anime on this list, but definitely still good. And I feel at home when watching it. I really do. It's honestly so good. Like, if you haven't watched Yu Yu Hakusho, watch it. So, that's my list. I'll scroll here through slowly so you can see. And there you go. That's my list, everybody. I don't know how long I've been recording, so we'll see. See you guys.